Hey everyone, welcome to Craving Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Now in this video, I'm going to discuss the breaking news that another legacy character has officially decided to return to the franchise for Scream 6. Now the announcement comes fresh off the heels of yesterday's news that the core four of Jenna Ortega, Melissa Barrera, Mason Gooding, and Jasmine Savoy Brown are all returning as well. So let's dive in and talk about today's news. Let's go. So the Hollywood Reporter and other media outlets just made the official announcement less than 2 hours ago that Kirby is coming back. That's right. The headline reads, Hayden Panettiere returns to Scream, joining newest installment of horror franchise exclusive. Melissa Barrera, Jasmine Savoy Brown, Mason Gooding, and Jenna Ortega, who starred in January's reboot and lived to tell the tale, are already back on board. Now, the article goes on to say, Hayden Panettiere is returning to the world of Scream. Panettiere, who was one of the stars of 2011's Scream 4, has closed the deal to reprise her character in the latest installment of Spyglass Media and Paramount Pictures' horror franchise. So there we have it, everyone. You know, just earlier today, this morning, I had a live stream with Alex from Podcast Now. We spent a good portion of that podcast speculating about whether Hayden was going to return to reprise her role as Kirby. And if you guys watching this video, if you have not watched that podcast I did with, that live stream rather, I did with Podcast Now, it's up on the channel right now for replay. I highly encourage you to go listen to it. We spent some time breaking down theories about Kirby and if she was going to return. So it's definitely worth listening to again, especially now that we have this news. So we can no longer say it's a rumor or speculation, or we can no longer have to wonder in only theory that whether or not she would return and what she could do or what if. No. She is back, everyone. She is back. It is official. And the Scream news continues to just flow out like at an insane pace this week. And so yesterday, again, we got that news. The core four are returning. And I even went on live yesterday to talk about that. And we got the news also yesterday that Scream 6 will not take place in Woodsboro. They're not going to be in Woodsboro. They're going somewhere new. And again, I am like 98% positive that they're going to college. It's going to take place on a college campus, much like Scream 2 from Wes Craven did. And again, I'm just hoping that they will not follow the exact roadmap of Scream 2 like Wes did it. I want them to branch out. Yeah, it's okay to be on a college campus, but let's do some new stuff. We don't have to spend the entire time there. We can go other places. We can get Gale down in New York if the college is in New York. There's a lot of things you can do. However, we know as of yesterday, it's not going to be in Woodsboro. Well, today, we now get this announcement that it is official. Hayden is back. So we're going to see Kirby in Scream 6. And the big question now is to what capacity? How are we going to see her? How long are we going to see her? Is she going to come, as the current rumors are just flowing out, that she's going to return only to be potentially killed in the opening scene? Her and her boyfriend potentially killed in the opening of the film, which would absolutely upset me. Because if they're going to just bring her back only to kill her in the opening, not even giving her a real story arc of any kind of development for us to see, if that's how it's going to happen, I'll be very disappointed. And the only way I can currently think of that Hayden, or I should say Kirby, being killed in the opening scene would make sense to me in a way that I would not entirely hate. I still wouldn't like it, but I would learn to live with it more, would be as if the Ghostface killers are going out to kill people who had survived previous attacks. So people that lived through it and made it, they're on a mission to kill them. Well, who does that leave us with? that leaves us with a lot of people. It leaves us with the core four. That is Tara, Sam, Chad, and Mindy. That's Gail. That's Sydney. And of course, that's Kirby. So if that was the actual motivation for the killings in Scream 6, then I could at least say it had a point. There was a point to her death. It was important to the storyline that they're trying to write and to portray on screen. Then I would be okay with that. I would be better with that, I should say. However, I don't want to see Kirby return to just be killed in the opening and have no absolute at all, no impact on the story other than just shocking us as viewers. That is not at all what I want to see. What I want to see is I want to see Kirby living the entire movie. I mean, actually surviving the film and carrying on. Now, whether we see her again does not matter to me. I want to see her living in Scream 6 throughout the film. She's a key player in the script and story, and that she survives the movie, and she may go off into the sunset at that point. We never see her again, but we know that she's out there living her life. She's happy now. She's redeemed, and she's helped stop the killings from happening anymore. So that would be the ending I would want to see. But if they have to kill her, if they have to kill Kirby in this movie, or they plan to, I truly hope it is at the midpoint or beyond. What I really want is the final act. If she has to die, let her go all the way to the end in the final showdown with whoever the Ghostface killers are in this one, and Stumacher, cough, cough, and whoever it is. I do want to see her there at the very end as being a part of this thing, and hopefully not dying. But if you're going to kill her, let us enjoy her for 2 hours, or an hour and 45 minutes before you do it. Hopefully she lives though and she goes on. I want to see her personally in the role of a college professor teaching the film class at college. The professor will get a lot of time with her in school there with Tara and maybe Chad and Mindy in the class, or maybe just Mindy's in the class, whatever. And then I want to see Mindy and Kirby together on screen. I want them to have a scene together, at least one scene together that's meaningful, right? Not just like background chatting, whatever. I want a full-blown geek out horror movie conversation between Kirby and Mindy. That just needs to happen. So if that doesn't happen, again, major disappointment, major missed opportunity. But I think they're going to do that. I think they're smart enough to do that. So let's see that scene. I want to see that. And if she's not a college professor, I want to see her as a therapist, psychologist type person who's counseling, maybe giving counsel to Tara, and maybe all four of them even, and helping them work through all of the issues of these attacks and the things they're dealing with. And so when the attacks happen again, she steps right in as that kind of supportive, not necessarily motherly figure, but kind of like that, where she's there to look out for them all and keep an eye on them, and then get involved with solving the case with Gail. That could easily happen. So those are scenarios that I'm thinking of for Kirby. But I want to know, guys, what do you think about this news? Are you excited Kirby's back? And if you are, tell me, what is your ideal scenario for her in the movie? Do you want to see her killed at the beginning for the shock value? Or do you want to see her live and survive the film? Or if she has to die, like I said, maybe die at the end. I want to know all your thoughts, your theories, your ideas. Give me what's on your gut right now. Just give it to me in the comments below, because I want to hear it. I want to engage with you. Let's kick it back and forth. See what kind of discussion we can come up with until the next live stream to talk about this more. All right, guys, that's going to be it for this update, but I'm going to be back soon, I'm sure, with more Scream and other horror movie content. Now, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notifications bell, because these updates, they're coming fast and furious. I'm going to try to get them out to you as soon as they drop, or as close to it. So make sure you hit that bell notification, or you're not going to see my video, that post. You might miss it. So be sure you do that. And until next time, this is Craving Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Thank you for watching.